Hello and good evening. It is now 6:15 in the evening here in Japan. Maybe in your time zone, for some of our participants, is now good afternoon or good morning. But anyway, I would like to everyone to this online workshop, which will be about the net zero emission targets of Japan and China, current situation and challenges. My name is Dimiter Ialnazov, and I am a professor at the Graduate School of Advanced Integrated Studies in Human Survivability, and I am also the organizer of the Sustainability Economy Research Group, which organizes this workshop. So again, welcome everyone. We will start shortly with three presentations, our workshop. But before that, please allow me to introduce briefly our graduate school and our research group. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, so here is again my name and my email address. So for any questions you might have regarding this workshop, the graduate school, anything you might want to ask, please don't hesitate to email me. So a little bit about our graduate school. You can find more details from the website, which is shown here. It was established in 2013 with the mission to educate young future leaders and develop a new field of study called human survivability studies. And we offer a 5-year PhD program to students from various fields. Education and research here are transdisciplinary. We welcome students from different disciplines. And education and research at our school are focused on problems that threaten the survival of humanity. Like today, we're going to discuss one very big problem, namely climate change. But here at our school, we also do some education and research about, for example, pandemics, which is related to the COVID-19, the current pandemic, or other issues related to poverty, inequality, energy, water, and food. And we think that we cannot solve these problems with the knowledge of just one discipline or one field of study. That's why we try to educate our students and do our research in a transdisciplinary way by integrating various existing disciplines. And the next slide is a brief introduction of this Sustainable Economy Research Group. So this research group is actually one of the 13 transdisciplinary research groups which are now running at our school. And in these research groups, we can have free interaction between professor and students, not just from the same field of study, but also from different fields of studies. And the education and research in the transdisciplinary research groups are not based on any particular discipline, like economics or physics or mathematics. Just we start from the so-called global issues or sustainable development goals and try to analyze what problems can be associated with the achievement of the sustainable development goals from the perspectives of different disciplines. You can learn more about various different transdisciplinary research groups from this website. And about the Sustainable Economy Research Group, if you wish, you can learn more by watching the video from the link before, the link below. So here we have 11 PhD students at our school in this group, and all of them have different fields and different backgrounds, different research topics, but all of them are united in the mission of leading the change to a sustainable economy. And finally, to conclude my introduction, I would like to say something about the background of this workshop. So recently, as many of you know, we have seen a rapid increase in the net zero commitments by national and local governments, as well as companies around the world. Every day you hear in the news, some government or company has announced a commitment to become net zero at a certain point in the future. According to Climate Watch, 59 countries representing 54% of global greenhouse gas emissions have already announced a net zero target, but these data are from December 2020, so at the moment probably there are many more countries. However, we also have some problems with this net zero emission targets. First of all, the definition of like what is net zero is still unclear. I hope that today we may bring some clarity in the definition, but there is still a lot of ambiguity about what is really meant by net zero. And another problem is there are quite many doubts that all these net zero targets, goals, commitments are quite nice talk, but are they really feasible? Is it possible to achieve these targets? Or just countries and companies want to polish their reputations and say that they're doing something good for the climate and for the planet? And the reason why we can have some doubts about the feasibility of the net zero targets is that first of all, only a few countries have so far made their net zero target legally binding, which means that they not only proclaim that they want to achieve net zero, let's say in 2050, but they also enshrined their targets into national law. And another problem is that many countries still lack the so-called science-based roadmaps or scenarios from which we can learn more details about the actual plans, how the country or the company is going to implement certain policies towards achieving the targets. And finally, we chose these two countries, Japan and China, because we think that their commitments are quite important for the future of the planet, of the climate. Of course, there are many, many countries who deserve to be studied in more details, but today we're going to focus only on Japan and China. Now, one reason why Japan and China are very interesting is because these are countries that are known for large use of coal by the power sector and the industry sector. So, and there's, of course, this assumption that we cannot achieve net zero without reducing and eventually abandoning coal. So it's really interesting how these two countries are going to deal with this coal problem, so to say. And the schedule of our workshop today is first we're going to have 3 presentations, as I said. 2 of the presentations will be made by our PhD students here at GScience, and 1 presentation by Junko Ota, who is a policy researcher at the Institute of Global Environmental Strategies, Kitakyushu Urban Center. Please, everyone, stay muted during the presentations and be patient. Please wait for the second part of our workshop where you will have the floor and the possibility to ask questions, give comments, and discuss. We will have in the second part also comments from Fyodor Nesoyedov, who is another PhD student from our school, and he's currently at IGES, Kitakyushu Urban Center. If you have any questions or comments, please write in the chat or raise your virtual hand. So with this, let me finish my introduction.